So my parents tried to replace my fan in my bedroom for me, and and it doesn't work. We don't know why it doesn't work. It's either like the remote too, because it doesn't have to be on a switch. It's like a remote. So either that thing isn't like picking up,
right,
or like the modem itself doesn't work. So I don't have a light in my bedroom or a fan or anything.
Nice.
So yeah. So I was like, I have to use this janky ass ring light because I have no light, and my parents took over the podcast room. So like, I have to be in my bedroom.
Oh yeah.
So.
No, I don't have I didn't have a ring light or anything, but then I remembered in my car from my work Christmas party, there was a ring light in my trunk.
Yeah.
And so I have my like works ring light out here right now, but it's not really given much.
It's giving tan.
No, it's not. In my actual camera, I look literally, I was just about to say, like, ghostly.
Oh,
like,
I look
pale.
I was like, I look pretty white in this, but that's okay.
But see, you look tan on my camera.
Yeah, like
on
my
FaceTime,
FaceTime.
I'm like, oh, you look tan.
Yeah. No, but on my camera, I look white as shit. But then on there, you look tan, and also you can see on my PJs.
No.
I promise you cannot see them in the actual shot.
Oh, you're good. I'm in my bedroom on my therapist couch. I'll show you real quick on the video.
I'm on our new podcast chairs. That's where I
know
am.
they look nice actually in your room.
Yes.
They kind of match the vibe.
They do match the vibe, the minimalistic vibe that I am also simultaneously editing our YouTube video that goes out tonight. So
Nice.
I've been trying to find time between like, you know, parents and everything.
Yeah, I know it's hard to get a second away. I told my parents, I was like, I gotta go record a podcast. They were like, what? And I was like, yeah, just don't come upstairs or I'll feel embarrassed. So.
I'm gonna say it. Have sex with a Scorpio.
I could glute bridge your dad.
I'm naked. Hold on. We will be flicking the beans to that.
But she's tatted and I take meth. Is somebody in your house right now?
But you know what? Fuck your ass.
Yeah, I had sex last night.
You can make your own money. You can literally have your own job of your dreams. You can own your own house. You can own your own car. You can pay all your fucking own bills. So what is that man? That man is sex and a best friend, and that's it.
I heard nothing but the truth.
I was like, we should have had our moms on. Like, you should have had your mom on, and my mom should have been on. That'd been kind of fun.
My mom was like, well, do you want us on it? And I was like, absolutely not.
That's why
I'm
I told
good.
you not to bother me.
We don't need that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Today, so this morning I had to go do a safety video for work. So it was actually perfect. So I was like,
yeah.
Okay. Like, and also, so it's been snowing here, and it's been like snowing and ice this whole weekend. So we've been staring at each other for 4 days because literally nothing has been open in Nashville. Like, when I say nothing's been open, I mean
Is
nothing.
the ice bad or something?
Well,
like,
it was
confused.
bad.
Why?
It wasn't even bad. It was just because they don't know how to handle shit here. So they literally Friday night. So we went to see a show at the Opry on Friday night, and the Ryman canceled their show Friday because of the weather. And then it's been snowing.
And you would think if any place could have the shit like, you know, like scooped out, it would be Broadway.
But
like,
they didn't, apparently.
That's literally one road.
Because
they could have just...
The rest of there's performers that were supposed to be at the Ryman. They came and ended up performing at the Opry because they were already in town.
Oh. Well, I mean, that you guys kind of lucked out there.
Well, yeah, our show got a little bit better because of that, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But like, it's crazy. And like, nothing's been open. I swear, I called 8 or 9, if not more, different places. And that's those places I called to see if we could have dinner there Friday night. They were all closed.
Right.
I also made reservations. I already had reservations at a place. And then they ended up calling me and saying, hey, by the way, we're only doing our appetizers. Why the fuck you open?
What?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I had this whole weekend planned out. Everything was like, reservations were made, things were ready to go. Everybody canceled everything because of the weather. So we've honestly been staring at each other for 4 days, and then so I had to do this safety meeting this morning, and honestly, it was a little blessing in disguise because I was like, I love you guys so much, but go do your shit. Go do your shit. I said,
yeah.
I was like, I have to do that.
They drove, right? So they have a car.
Yeah, and
That's
I was
nice.
like, I have physical therapy this afternoon, and then I was like, perfect. There's gonna be a nice window for us to get this podcast in because they won't be home, so I won't be as embarrassed.
Yeah. No, it is. It's like, it's fucking awkward. And people always talk about like, oh, is it cringe hearing yourself talk or recording yourself? I'm like, no. But then when you add people in who like don't do this all the time, it's so cringy and so uncomfortable.
No, it is, because
like,
for me to you, like, I don't care. Like I could
No,
do the
yeah, but it's, like,
cringy
the
shit
fact that,
around
like-
you.
Yeah. But it's like the fact that like they could like come home and be like, hey, what do you? Oh,
Oh, my
let me
mom
just
would eat
back.
it up.
It's like,
My dad
ooh.
literally said, "You want your mom on the podcast?" I said, "We're not yet. Not yet."
Not yet. I know my mom asked. I was like, I only have one mic. Sorry, only brought one mic home.
My bad. I apologize.
I'm not trying to pass it back and forth to you. The
No,
whole
I mean
time.
I have another one here, but we don't need that.
Yeah,
Love ya.
We can do a mom's episode in the future.
Love ya.
But, anyways,
But go do your shit
yeah.
today. I know.
Yeah. What are they doing today?
I don't even know. I know they wanted to go to like some museum. I think that they're gonna go do. You know what?
You're like, okay, I don't care. Bye.
Hands free. I love them so much.
Yeah.
And it's just I feel bad too because it's like we were legitimately stuck here. Like and it's like not that I didn't have things planned.
That does really
We had
suck.
things to like do. I had reservations for restaurants, all these things, and everything just got canceled. And that's what that kind of sucks because it's like I literally took so much time to plan it and be like, oh, they would like to do these things, and it just like all got
Right.
fucked. And like
That sucks.
you know, the holidays is a time where like you're already around your family a little bit more, obviously, them, especially at our age, and you're used to being around your family. So it's already
Yeah.
like a little bit high stressful time. Like for you, you're at home in your parents' space that they have now created their own, and you're kind of like disrupting it. And you don't have like your thing, so
Yeah.
it's already like a weird situation. I'm at my house with my parents here disrupting my flow, you know? So it's like everyone's just always like an uncomfortable thing around the holidays, but we're all supposed to be like cheery and happy. And it's like, I love you guys so much, but like I don't know what to do with you because we're sitting
And it's
here.
almost harder like when people come into your space, because for me it's like I'm kind of like the guest, so I kind of just do whatever the fuck I want. But like when you're the host,
Yeah.
it's so hard. Like that's how I felt over Thanksgiving. Like even though they weren't staying at my apartment, it was like still like I had to be the one to like get us all together and like go plan the shit
Exactly.
and like go do the stuff. And like it's exhausting, and also it's like you're always trying to make everybody else happy, but then at the end of the day, you're like, I would be happy to literally just do nothing
Right.
and like sit in
Right,
silence.
and that's like the hard part too, because like for us, like yeah, everyone's like, oh, I'm coming to Nashville, it's gonna be so cool, and it's like, but I live here, like I go to Target on the weekends, like you would do where you
Right,
live.
I
So
know.
it's like I don't know,
Yeah,
and it's like yeah, then you like the same thing for you around like Thanksgiving, you had so much like pressure and time, and it's so fun, and I'm so grateful that they're here. It's just like. You have to be the one to plan everything and have the
Yeah,
activity
It's
and have
hard.
the next
And
step.
then when it doesn't go to plan, it's kind of like, well, fuck. Like I don't even know what
I
to
know.
do.
I was talking to my friend Zach yesterday, and he was like, What have you guys done? Like, what are you guys doing today?" And I was like, honestly, I feel so defeated. I was like, I feel so defeated.
Yeah,
that
that's so
everything that I
hard.
tried to go do has been closed. Then they also changed their hours because it was like, well, if you're gonna be closed on Friday because of the storms, they might as well just not open till after the holidays. So it's just been like a whole thing.
Right.
But it's fun. How was your Christmas?
My Christmas was good. We did like I think it was a good year because it was like, it wasn't so much about just like stuff. Like I feel like every year there's just like so many gifts. It's just so unnecessary. And this year I feel like everybody kind of reeled it in, and like we each got like basically like one or two gifts from each person, which was great because it wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't like a competition to be like who got the most and who gave the most and like all
Yeah.
this stuff. It was fun though, and the girls were, I think they were tired because they were at my sister-in-law's parents the day before in Kansas City, and then they came to us, and then the next day they're going to my brother's mom's place. So they've just been traveling, so I think they were a little tired and kind of cranky, but for the most part they did really good. I was telling Kellen, but I ended up making my older brother an escape room gift. So like in order to like get his presents, he had to like do all of these clues and solve all of these codes and ciphers and shit that I made. But like literally I popped like 2 Addies one day, and I like took the day off, and I created this entire escape room. It was the most fun thing ever, and he fucking loved it. It was hilarious watching him do this. 'Cause
I was
he
gonna say,
like, a
how did
little
it go?
kid.
Because I just knew like that you were doing it. I just didn't know how
Yeah.
it like ended up.
It went really well. It was kind of funny though, because like the gifts he was like unboxing were like not good. Like it was like a $15 Starbucks gift card, some golf balls, and then a pair of like Reebok shoes that I got. So I feel like it was so much work to just open the most like average ass presents. But like I don't care. It was fun. He loved it though because like every year he tries to get us to play these like super intricate like board game like things.
Oh, and you were like honestly, Ian, nobody wants to do that this year, so you're gonna have to just do it yourself.
Can. Like there's like 2 kids running around. Like nobody has like the time or the patience for this long ass game. So I was like, how about I just create a game for you to play alone?
That'll take
and
you a
then
good hour and
everybody's
a
happy.
half.
Yeah, exactly. So it was fun and I had so much fun making it. And like the whole time my dad was like, you should sell that. You know how dads like think like
They
you
hype
can make
you
a
up?
business out of anything. Yeah, like they think it's like the coolest thing ever. I'm like, this is definitely being sold already. Like this is nothing new.
You're like, I actually stole this idea.
It was funny though because I went online because I like was trying to look up like how to create like codes and ciphers and stuff, and I went on this website and it was like codesforchildren.com, and it was like basically like how to create codes. And it was so funny because my 33-year-old brother took him like 25 minutes to like crack these codes, and they were made for like 4th graders.
Yeah, but you also didn't make them like easy.
No, yeah, I made them fucking hard, but like it was so fun, and like I just love shit like that. And I think even my mom was like saying, she's like, for my 60th birthday, I want you to make me something like this. She was like, not this hard, but I like maybe like a scavenger hunt or something. And so I think that might be my new thing, like with like big years or like
honestly that'd be
something.
fun for like her and her friends to like go do this like
like more of like a
scavenger
bar
hunt.
hop,
Yeah.
go shopping, you gotta go like find things, and like I think that would be so fun. But like it was just like a cool gift that I've never done something like that before, and I really enjoyed it and he really enjoyed it, and I think everybody had like a good time just like watching him be like a little kid just like having the time of his life. But overall Christmas was fun. My little brother is like just a
little brother
character. Yeah, I don't know. But he got my nieces a bouncy castle for Christmas,
like a blow up one for the backyard.
It's not that big, so it's probably the size of like a queen bed, but he put it in our playroom. And so now there's just like a bouncy castle in my playroom right now. But like
You sound like you're disturbed, like you still play in this playroom. You're like, that is my space.
well, like what else do you call it? Like, you know, like a spare
You said
room
it's
in your
in
house?
my playroom.
Oh yeah, in my playroom.
You were like,
yeah.
I play here all the time with my Legos. When
I was
come
playing in there
home.
last night. I actually got a bunch of art stuff because Hobby Lobby was having this like huge sale on like everything. And I went and I got all this new art supplies, and I literally locked myself in there last night and watched 3 movies and just draw. Like I was drawing for like 3 hours. Yeah, so he bought that, and then the girls played in it for about 10 minutes, and then like it's still here because
Well, also like they're little, so like their attention span is like that. But when they come
I
back
know.
to your parents' house, they're gonna remember.
yeah, but I think it's just like nobody wants to store this thing. So like my older brother doesn't really want to take it to their house, and then like my parents are like, we don't want this fucking blow up
They're
bouncy
like-
castle.
No, Ian for sure is like, this is for your mom and pop to have at their house.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Let's go to grandma and grandpa's house, and you could go on the bouncy castle.
Yeah. Also, it took them like 5 minutes before they like bonked each other's head and were like crying. So it was just like it's one of those things where it's like hindsight 2020, probably shouldn't have gotten it, probably a bad thing to buy, but like it was about 10 minutes of joy, and they liked it. But
I love
yeah,
it.
overall our Christmas was good, and yeah, I've just been chilling here.
I love that. I don't know. Honestly, it's like some good time away though. Like even though it's like
Yeah.
it's like boring and monotonous, and like you're not in your own space where it can be boring and monotonous, which is a completely different thing. It still is nice, and you're gonna appreciate like being back here and like having
Yeah,
your
no,
routine and
it's
everything again.
it's been nice because I feel like just even with this too, like when I'm not there, and this isn't like a bad thing, but I feel like my brain's not thinking about content and shit all the time. So it's like a nice break of just like literally doing nothing. So
yeah,
it's
like
been
actually
good.
taking time to relax. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's good. I know we haven't done our Christmas yet because my sister still isn't here.
Oh yeah.
Ew,
When
they
did she get
actually
there? Wednesday? Tomorrow?
No, tell me how they fly in tonight at 11:30 p.m. It's Tuesday for our listeners. So they're flying in Tuesday at 11:30 p.m. I have to be the one to go pick them up at the airport. I mean, I live 6 minutes from the airport. It's not like a big deal, but it's like,
still sucks.
bro. So tell me this. So tell me this. This fucking bitch. I flew into her house for her wedding. Okay, so they live in like if you're familiar with Pennsylvania, they live in like, I guess you could say like upper state Pennsylvania, like above the Poconos, if you're familiar at all. And so to get there is not
The
easy.
Poconos is in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Why did I think that was like somewhere in Florida?
No, I don't know. There honestly might be a place called that in Florida, but like, no.
I don't think there is.
No, the Poconos is Pennsylvania. Like I
It's
live
not
on
a beach.
No, it's the mountains. No, it's mountains.
You learn something new every day.
No, so I live below the Poconos. My sister lives above the Poconos, or like
Oh, okay.
kind of in it. But yeah, so to get there is not easy, right? Like they live in the fucking mountains. Like there's no airports around. So like the only place that's like easy to fly into is either to Philly, which is then almost a 3-hour drive, 2.5, 3-hour drive. And I wasn't gonna rent a car, or into Newark, which is in New Jersey, but that's still like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. So I took layovers and everything to get to their small ass airport, which is like Avoca, and it's only like 20 minutes from their house, right? I landed at 8:30 p.m. and she told me, I just won't be able to come pick you up. That really gets into my nighttime routine. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. She's like, I like to sleep in I like to be in red light therapy for about 45 minutes before I go to bed. My skincare routine will be started.
45 minutes?
Mm-hmm. My skincare routine will already be started. That just cuts into that time. And I said, how in the, like, there's no Ubers here. It's in the fucking mountains.
Right, yeah.
I was like, what am I supposed to do? She goes like, well, and then her husband ended up coming to get me. And I said, I literally flew in here for your wedding and you can't even take the time.
Right.
All the money I've spent, all the time I've spent doing everything for you this whole fucking year. And you can't take 20 minutes to come get me at the airport at 8:30 p.m. But guess who? I still get them at 11:30 p.m. for Christmas.
Yeah,
Me.
in a city where there's like copious amounts of Ubers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was like, should we Uber? But it's kind of stupid for them to Uber because I literally live so close. And like the price of the Uber to my house, it's not that bad. It's like maybe $14, but like, it's just stupid. I was like, I'll just come get you.
Yeah.
So actually, we're doing our Christmas on Wednesday. So I was flustered because I was supposed to be done. I was supposed to be home by 11 from doing all the stuff I had to do for work and all this stuff. But all of our presents are covering the door to where I put everything. So I had to come home. I had to like move everything out of the way. I was like in and out of the closet trying to get shit. My cat is trying to go over the presents now to go into this closet that has zero fucking room because everything from the room is in that closet. So it's just like, oh my God. I was like, please just.
It sounds like you're going to need a vacation from your Christmas break. Like you're going to need like a break from your break.
Oh, 1,000%.
It sounds like it's been fairly stressful.
It has been up to this point. I'm actually really excited for my sister and her husband to come here because like they'll just want to do stuff that like I want to do too. Not that my parents don't as well, but like just even like at night, like going to a bar and just like listening to music. Like they'll be so happy with that. Or just like I try to go to Brooklyn Bowl, which by the way, Brooklyn Bowl apparently isn't open Sunday to Thursday. Why? I don't know. But apparently they're not. Because I looked, because I was like, that's like a really cool place to like go, and they would.
Yeah, it's like a cool, and it's like an older vibe. It's not. I feel like there's not like kids there like at other places.
Right. It's more mature and like.
Yeah.
Not. I mean, they're 30s, but like, it's not like Broadway.
Right.
So
exactly.
I know like one night they'll think that that's cool to go to and everything, but it's just like they're gonna want to like go do stuff that like I would also want to do. So I'm excited. Right. And just like. I haven't been with my sister in a minute, and just like have also another person that we can like all mingle and talk. You know what I'm saying? Because like the conversations at this point are dead. Like they're updated on my life.
Yeah.
Like they're updated on my life. They know everything that's going on. I know everything that's going on back at home. Aunt Mary Sue's sister-in-law's brother's dog died. I get it. I heard it.
Yeah.
We're good. But like we need some fresh stories up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like we need some fresh inventory to come in here.
Yeah.
And liven up the place. But no, I'm excited for that. So we haven't done our Christmas yet, which is totally okay. They're excited to come down because their Christmas was absolutely chaotic. People were crying apparently the whole time. She's like, we literally, on his side, they opened up presents. She's like, in 10 minutes, everyone was out opening up presents. There's a little girl there as well. They have a niece. And like, she was out of it. She started having a temper tantrum. Then like another couple was fighting in the corner. One of the uncles got pissed off. He went upstairs. Like everyone was just yelling at each other. It was a whole thing. She's like, so we're excited just to come down and just be like peaceful and not like a stressful Christmas. Like
exactly.
We just need, but honestly, like every family's so different when it comes to that. It was funny though. So my parents, they've been here before, but we went downtown because there was nothing else to do. And it was like, what was that?
I took my parents to Broadway too, just because it was like, I don't know. I feel like too, like, I don't know about your parents, but my parents love to just like sit and listen to fucking live music. And like Broadway is like, every person there is so talented. Like you could go to the worst bar on Broadway and the singer's still gonna be amazing. So we did that and they liked it. I was kind of like stressed the fuck out the whole time because I just hate it, but they enjoyed it a lot.
No, so when Kern and Steven are here, we'll definitely do that because they would appreciate it more. But we went to Broadway on Monday just to like get out of the house, walk around a little bit, do something, see different walls, and literally it was like a ghost town. I have never seen
That's how it was
so
over Thanksgiving.
barren.
It was dead. Like everywhere in Nashville was dead. We had reservations at like 10 places. We did not need a reservation to a single one. Like everything was so dead. It was like the weirdest. It was the weirdest thing ever because I was like, before they got there for like a month in advance, I was like, you need to tell me what you want to do because I have to make. And then they show up and I'm like, well, I guess I didn't need to do any of that.
I know. Well, that's how I've been. I've been like so stressed about like, getting reservations, doing this, doing that, whatever. And it's like everything seems to be completely fine. So,
which is weird because I feel like for Thanksgiving, it makes sense for people to not be here because it's such a short turnaround, like to go back to the work week. But I feel like for Christmas, for the most part, people take off like almost a whole week.
No,
if they can.
I'm assuming, I guess so too. And also because like a lot of, I guess, places here, like, yeah, you're home for the holidays, I guess, for the week or whatever. But yeah, so it was completely barren. And this made me think of something that was like funny to talk on the podcast. So we were walking down the street and it never fails. I feel like everybody in their family has something that you just can't live down. Every single person has something you can't live down, whether it's your mom, your dad, your sister, like, and that story will always get brought up every single time.
Right.
You guys
and
go
every
do
time
something.
you're like, we know, we've heard it,
we
heard it,
get
but like,
it.
they just can't drop it.
We get it. So we're walking down Broadway, and when I was a little girl, I was in New York City. I was probably maybe like 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. I'm staring up at the building, so I'm like, wow, these are fucking tall, and I'm a 6-year-old
I've never seen
child.
a building this big in my life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane.
Right.
New York City is quite literally intense when you are 6 years old.
It's crazy when you're 25.
I mean, yeah. So we're like walking past Central Park. So there's like a lot of shit going on over there. There's buildings everywhere. You know, sensory overload. Okay.
Right.
Well, I end up running face first into a pole. Like straight up smacked myself. Boom. Whole thing fell over. And I was like, oh my God, I just ran into a pole. So I don't live this down. Every single time we do anything, my dad, without fail.
Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going.
Literally. So we're walking down Broadway. Nothing is fucking around us. He goes, hey, don't run into that pole. I was like, he's like, you know, I told that story at work the other day, how when, you know, you were a little girl, you ran into a pole at New York City. I was like, Dad, we got to stop this.
It's like, you know, though, like, he's like, yeah, I told the other day, but you know his coworkers have heard it like 10,000 times. They're like,
my God.
The pole story again, Kevin.
They were like, not her hitting that pole again.
Oh, and then let me guess, she hits the pole.
Ah!
And you're like, yeah, we've heard it a million fucking times.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if I have one of those. I have like things that like I said that my parents are like, oh, remember when you said this? And I'm like, no, I don't remember. I was 3. I don't know about you, but I feel like I have no memories before I was like 11. Like
I feel like 7, around 7 years old, because I know then is when I went to Disney World, and I remember that.
See, I have like, I don't know why, and I don't know if that's like a good or a bad, like I don't know
like
why.
The trauma trying to just block it out.
Right. I'm like, what happened? My whole like,
honestly though,
like adolescence.
That's kind of how it is, though. I feel like there's some stuff that I remember based off like photos and videos and memories being
like forced
told.
Memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's my little brother, and he's like, oh, remember when I was 17 months old? I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that? And I'm like,
he don't remember it. He saw it in a video.
I know, but he claims he has memories of like when he was 2. And I was like, first of all, no, I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. Like, no, you don't. I don't believe you. But yeah, I don't know. Kind of talking about that. I did want to talk a little bit about like family dynamics, because I was talking to my dad about this, and just like I think me being home and then when they came for Thanksgiving, it made me think about like the shift that happens when you like become adult in your relationships in your family, and how it goes from like, it's almost like you're no longer like, not that you're no longer their kid, because obviously they're always going to treat you like a kid, but it's like I feel like I'm finally getting to a point with my relationship with my parents specifically where it's like I'm their friends. Like I feel like I can like joke with them more, and like we just have like better It was like I feel like the first time I really noticed it was over Thanksgiving, and I was like talking to my dad about it, and I was like, this is the first point in my life where I feel like me and you are like, we're almost like peers, like we're friends and not this weird father-daughter dynamic anymore. But yeah, it's just like an interesting thing, because he was talking about that, because I was trying to ask him like, oh, I don't know what me and Kellen should talk about, and he's like, what about the shift in family dynamics as you get older? I was like,
okay, Roger. Okay, Roger. 2-time speed, baby.
Yeah, right? Exactly. But I don't know if you've noticed that at all.
No,
like your relationships with your parents just kind of changing.
Definitely. So, yeah, I mean, this week even, I mean, I've kind of like realized that, I guess, like as I've gotten older, but it's also just like, I think like the interests that I have no longer are based off of their interests. And I've realized that. So like, yeah, our dynamic is definitely different. Like we could definitely talk about more mature things. And like, even my dad was like, I won't say that he doesn't baby me anymore, because I don't think he ever like babied me ever growing up. But it's just like, it's like the respect that I get from him as like, okay, you're a grown adult.
That's a word.
You have your own house.
Like, they respect you.
Yes, because like he's like, you have your own house, you pay your own bills, you have your own car, like all of those things. It's like the respect that's there. It's just, I think it makes that dynamic so much like easier, that like I can have a conversation with him and it not be like completely awkward, or like I'm not afraid to sit in the car anymore by myself with him and be like, so how about that Cowboys game last night that I didn't watch anything about, because that's the only thing you want to talk about. That's it. Yeah, that's all you have to talk about. So yeah, how about the Cowboys? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that doesn't have to happen anymore. Like, I can now be like, oh, well, this is happening in my life. Or like, honestly, I think, I don't know for you, but like for me, like the podcast has been like a nice thing too, because it's like, he wants to know what that, like what's going on. Like, no, does he listen? No. But it's also because I asked him not to, especially in the beginning. But like, now I wouldn't really care as much. But like, yeah, it's just like, this is like a good thing. He's like, oh, well, how's that going? I've told my friends about it. And he like wants to know what's going on. And to him, it's because like, he's happy that I'm doing something for me.
Yeah, I will say that, like the doing it for yourself thing, I think like a lot of kids feel like they need to do things that will like appease their parents, because that's kind of like what's been like spoon fed to you your whole life. Like your parents will kind of like subtly like throw things in that they like wish of you. You know what I mean?
They're like living vicariously through you in a sense.
Exactly. And I think a lot of times, like, I mean, for me specifically, my whole college experience was doing that for my parents and being the person major
that they want you to be.
Exactly. Like doing the major that they wanted me to do, going to grad school because that's what I should be doing, and like all of this stuff. And then I think the moment where I kind of like flipped in my brain, like, oh, you know what? I tried that. It didn't make me happy. So like, I'm going to do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. It's so crazy how it's like, it went from them like treating me like their daughter to like treating me like a peer and a friend, and like obviously still a daughter, but like it's crazy. Like all they really want is for you to be happy, and they think that you doing all the things that they want you to do is going to make you happy. But once you truly start like just chasing your own happiness, the relationship went from like
it changes, it really does,
to like they just respect the fuck out of you. And like
it's a hard thing to do too, because they are guiding you and they are telling you things that they did to get them to the point where they're at today. So whatever that road was,
on their experience.
Exactly. Yeah. So whatever that road was to them in their brain, that's the safe road, because that's what they did. They know that it'll be okay. It worked for them. They had money. They had food on the table, whatever that looks like for them and their family. Mm-hmm. But it worked. So anything outside of that road it's so
scary.
terrifying for them, but it's also scary for me because I don't know
Right.
anything different as well. But I also know that the road that you walked is not what I can be on. I need a
Right.
different path. I need to
Right.
veer off that shit because
Exactly,
it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't.
Because if I
me.
don't veer off of it, I'm gonna take my car and
I'm gonna
because
veer
it
off
makes me
myself.
exactly. Exactly.
No, so actually, it's funny too. Like last night, I also realized just like the difference in like my relationship with my parents and just like in my interests and like our dynamic and stuff. And like when I moved down here 2 years ago, I was easily a carbon copy of both my parents, right? Like because I lived in their house, so I did the same things as them. We went to the same restaurant. Like of course I had the same interests. But then they love comedy shows. So I was like, you know what? Let's watch a good comedy show. I put on Theo Von because I think Theo Von is fucking hilarious. Right. I think he says the dumbest shit. I love it. But like you have to understand when you watch him, it's not to make sense. Honestly, he don't even know what he's saying half the time either, right?
Right.
My dad goes, that was okay. I was like, first of all, sir, the disrespect to say that Theo Von's only okay. I said, it's time to call it a night. I was like, we are different
the
people.
Whole time you're watching it, you're like looking over for
I was like, are you cracking a smile?
You're like, you heard that joke before on TikTok or whatever, so you're like waiting for them, like I know the punchline, you guys are gonna love this, and then they don't react, and you're like, is the volume not loud enough? Like, what the fuck?
I was like, rewind? Like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, come on, that was hilarious.
No, get it because blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and then I'm also dying laughing, but then at some points, like, as it kept going and they weren't laughing, I was like...
You're like, is this not funny?
I felt awkward. I was like, oh, okay. And he goes, yeah, he was all right. I was like, Theo Von, all right. I was like, sir, no disrespect, but that was funny. That was comedic genius. And then we watched one the other night before. My dad, he already watched it, pissed in his pants. He thought that was the funniest shit. And I was like, it's only funny because the guy has a British accent.
No, my dad put on a video the other day, and it was like from Will Smith's, like, you know, his production company, like Funny or Die.
No, but I probably seen stuff by it. I just didn't know.
Yeah. So like it was like the company that made that video of Justin Bieber where it's like he just acts like a shithead and he's like driving around on this like little car thing. Like that's like his production company. But it's a video from like the very beginning of it, and it's him and the other guy from Step Brothers. I can't think of his name right now. But they are reenacting this like song that David Bowie and Bing Crosby sang like forever ago, like in the 60s or something. And they're like basically re-singing it, and my dad's like, this is the most genius, hilarious thing of all time. He puts it on the TV and turns it up all the fucking way, and I'm sitting there waiting for like
to get funny
laugh.
Yeah.
He's sitting there like dying laughing, and I'm just like, I'm so confused. Like, it's so unfunny.
I'm
but
like,
just,
how
like,
did I come from you?
Exactly. And like also it just shows like the difference in like generational humor.
Well,
because I came downstairs the other day and I put on that fucking song that everybody does the gritty to. It's like foot creep, walking with it, whatever. And I was grittying down the thing, and my mom was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, the gritty. And she was like, the what? And I was like, oh god.
You're like actually rewind. I would never do this again. This is embarrassing.
I literally queued up this whole bit, and I came downstairs in the morning. That was the first thing you guys saw in the morning. I thought it was hilarious. Nobody laughed. Nobody thought it was funny. And then when I told my older brother I did that bit. Exactly. And then when I told my older brother about that, he was like, yeah, my nephew does that. He's 7. And I was like,
that's why it's funny.
Fuck you guys. You're no fun.
That's why it's funny, people. Hello.
I know. I was like, that's the joke. I'm like making fun of like Fortnite kids, but they didn't think it was funny.
No, I have just like realized how, I would say like different, but it's just, like one, that like they respect me as an adult now. And then 2, just like the ability to like have my own like voice and thoughts and feelings on my own without like their interruption is just like
without caring almost as much. Like,
but that's when you grow. That's how you grow, to be honest.
Totally. Like, I mean, with this thing too, it's really pushed the boundaries on what do you guys think about me? Will you love me unconditionally if I put this all out there?
Y'all always say you love me no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, this is as close to us being like fucking OnlyFans people, I feel like, in terms of like parental approval.
Yeah.
Because like the shit we say on here, you gotta really love me to think this is cool and okay. So I don't know. I feel like it is kind of crazy. So I don't know. Moral to the story: do what makes you happy, and if your parents are good parents, they'll
They're gonna
respect the
support
fuck
you.
out of you.
Yeah, no. And I think that the holidays kind of bring this all out, and like you can kind of see like common themes, especially when you don't live under their roof anymore. You do move away. And honestly, in college, I wouldn't even say that that's even like a time where you're like, I think that's the time that you start forming your own opinions and your own ideas, but you're still very sheltered on your parents' opinions and ideas because
And approval, yeah.
and approval because you're still very young. You still need their financial help, and at the end of the day, you're probably going to move back into their house in 4 years and every summer.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, it's like that. It's different. But then when I think once you get out of college and you can actually be away from them, I'm not like I would recommend everybody actually moving out of their hometown and to like find themselves a little bit. You can always go back.
Yeah.
But I would say just because your hometown still has the similar values, you're still going to hang out with the same people from high school or in that time frame that you did before. And it's like, I don't think that anything changes. I don't think that you really find yourself in that way. But now like being away, especially for like as long as we have at this point, it's like very apparent, like one, the respect level, and two, just like, oh, we're different.
Yeah. Yeah, like
and
you're a whole ass person.
I've also
like
found that in like the years I've been like further, like longer away from home, it's harder to get them Christmas presents. Because it's like, you know what? I'm not with you day to day, so I don't really actually know what you like anymore.
Yeah, it is. I know. I got my mom 3 books, 2 puzzles, some bath stuff, and then pajamas, and then I got my parents a Google Nest thing.
Gotcha.
Because my mom was complaining, like, my dad has this like super intricate like speaker system throughout my house, but like you have to have an app on your phone to like even use it, and my mom has an iPhone 6 still and like literally doesn't know technology at all. So what did I do? I bought her a piece of technology. But at least for this technology, all you have to do is like talk to it. It's like, hey, Google, play this song. And like she can figure that out. Because the other day she was like, all I want to do is listen to music, but I don't know how to fucking turn anything on. So she sits there with her iPhone 6 and just plays it out of that.
That's kind of sad.
It's so sad. So I was like, okay, I got you this. But the other gifts, I was like, I don't know. I know the woman likes puzzles and I know she likes to read. But is that weird?
I don't know.
It wasn't. She completed a puzzle already. It's already done.
She said it wasn't. She actually liked it. Best gift she could have gotten this year.
Yeah.
No, that's like, so like my sister, I got her like the Uggs that everybody is wearing like these year, like the Tasmans or
platform,
whatever.
like short ones.
Yeah, but they're like cute for jeans, and she's shorter, so she loves platform things.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably your height.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'4" and 3/4.
Yeah, that's my sister. So but she's like a little petite thing as well. So like she loves to like, she always has platform stuff on. So I was like, all right, perfect. I literally went up and down all of Pennsylvania to find these motherfuckers. I literally drove an hour and a half when I was home at Thanksgiving to get these Uggs. So there's the only place that had them in her size.
They're out everywhere.
And yeah, and they're not coming back until next year. So I found them, got them. And then I got her pajamas because I was like, those are safe. Those are 2 very safe things to get. Her husband asked for Croc slides, got him those. He asked for socks, got him socks. And then what else did I get him? Oh, I found this like really cool hat. It's like a skater hat. I don't know. So I got him that. He didn't ask for it, but I was like, kind of cool. And then my dad, when we were at Cabela's when I was home, and he held up this like Under Armour pullover, and he's like, you know what? I really like this. I really like this color. This color will look good on me. It would bring my eyes out.
didn't buy it for himself.
No, he was like, he carried around the whole damn
such
store.
A dad move.
I know.
That's
He was, and it was like, I think it was like 60% off too, because it was like Black Friday.
Like, I don't need it.
Yeah, no, he literally was like, well, I guess I should wait till Christmas because, I'm probably going to get some new things. And I was like, he also just lost 50 pounds. I was like, nothing fits you. Like, buy the damn shirt. So he didn't buy it for himself, so I bought it for him. And then my mom, I was like, when I was home for Thanksgiving, I told her how I got the gel manicure kit. And she was like, I've really been wanting to do my nails. I just, haven't found anything that like works. It's good. Da, da, da. So what I showed her the one I got. She said, oh, I like it. I said, purchase.
Yeah.
Send me
I just
another one.
actually ordered a whole thing of stuff for that. Like I ordered the chrome powder.
I have 2 chrome powders. You should have told me.
It's okay. I like ordered so much stuff. I ordered a new lamp that's like a big one where it's just like automatic. And then I got so much shit yesterday because the whole time I've been here, I've just been doing me and my mom's nails, different colors and stuff. But I just needed more things. And like I went ham. Like I bought so much shit. And I even bought those little things that you can stick the fake nail to paint
fun.
it on that. So I was like, I'm gonna be doing like custom sets. I'm gonna be doing
Bitch, help hook a girl up because I'm getting an acrylic set for Christmas. And I've been hyping this up. I've been hyping this up, and my mom, so she better pull through because that's the only thing I sent her. I sent her 2 items, and that was one of them. The other item I sent her
I got a drill too. I ordered a drill.
The other thing I sent her was an air fryer, okay? And then my dad said, this is the thing. This is some shit. Okay, get ready for this. Not that it's that exciting, but I'm just going to tell it anyway. So I was home for Thanksgiving. My parents were like, because I guess my sister sent her like a whole array of things. And I literally sent her 2 pairs of pants, 2 sweatshirts, and this acrylic kit. So I know that I got those things because that's all I asked for. And after that, I was like, honestly, like money will do. Like, I don't really know what I want, whatever. And I was like, well, since you guys are driving down to me, I'm going to ask for some big things because every year I'm a fly. I can't ask for that. So I said,
you can't take it home. Yeah,
exactly. So I was like, I actually need a new trash can. I don't want to pay for it, but I need a new trash can. I said, could use that. I know that they didn't get me that because there's no box big enough. 2, it's okay. It's okay though.
That's like me. I sent a whole list and I was like counting the things under the tree. I was like 1, 2, 3. So nothing.
So the next thing
I got 1 thing from the list.
So the next thing I asked for was a crock pot because I don't have one. And I was like, as one person, I feel like a crock pot would be nice. And now that I can start going back to the gym, I want to start meal prepping again. And I feel like to be able to like meal prep one of my things and that would be amazing. And then I was like, you know what? I could also do an air fryer. I think that would be like good. It's quick. It's easy. Being one person, I feel like they're perfect, right? So my dad goes, well, your mother made me buy her the Cadillac of air fryers and she used it one time and she don't like it. I said, okay, so what are you trying to tell me? He said, that you can have it. And I said, okay, then bring it down at Christmas. So I called them as they're driving. So I called them as they were driving down here and I was like, you're on the road. Is everything okay? There's this, storm was coming through. I was like, are you having any problems? But I said, well, the only problem is we didn't get the air fryer in the car. I said, I've been hyping this air fryer up. I've been telling all my friends. I was super excited. I was planning out meals in my head. I said, you know what? I said, Mom was being selfish. She could have sat with that under her feet.
Yeah.
I said, that was selfish. And they were like, she had to be comfortable. It's 12 hours. I said, that was selfish. I'm just kidding. But it's some shit. So I know. It's okay. I don't know what I'm going to get yet, but the presents are looking pretty good over there.
Hey.
I'll be real. Good. The only thing I've really seen is to Kevin. So I guess my dad was a good boy this year because he's getting a lot of fucking shit.
That was like my little brother, like my mom before Christmas. This happens every year. My mom's always like, I don't think I got Patrick enough stuff. And it's like, oh shit, okay. Like, and then I get sent out on like a last minute run to Target or whatever to get stuff. This hoe's opening 57 gifts for Christmas, and then all the rest of us got like 4, and we're like, oh, so Patrick, you want to go again? Or I guess
wait, we know who your mom's favorite is.
Yeah,
it's Patrick.
I really think it's me though, actually, like if we're being completely honest.
I mean, I think it's you as well because I feel like you and your mom have a very good relationship, but I also and like from what I hear and like everything, I'd assume it's you as well. But that maybe then she feels bad for Patrick.
Yeah,
because you're the favorite.
Yeah,
because all year she gifts you, and then him, it's like, well, this is his one time a year we can spoil him.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
because that's how I always. You know what? That makes sense because I always felt the same way on Christmas. I always felt like my sister got so much stuff, and now granted, my parents are very about even, like down to the dollar will be even because it's just like they don't want it to not be that way. So I think it's just in my brain, maybe, but. Right. I always felt like she had more gifts to open.
Right.
Okay. So dollar amount even, but gift wise, that bitch had so many gifts to always open. But I also know that I'm my mom's favorite. So around, like, I don't know, she randomly just sends me little boxes of stuff, buys me shit. So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
the unfavorited one gets a lot more presents at Christmas.
Yeah, because it's almost like feeling bad for not liking you as much.
Oh.
Somebody had to say it. Anyways, did you see anybody get engaged on Christmas or Christmas Eve? I had a few on my Instagram feed.
I would say I didn't see it physically, but I saw a lot of people get engaged. And I also saw some crying ass bitches saying change their status on Facebook to not engaged yet.
That's petty as fuck.
I saw actually 3 girls do that.
Okay, I gotta say, that's kind of like really awkward. I feel like it's so awkward to like put your like weird drama on the internet between you and your partner, but especially when people are like, it's been 3 years, still no ring. It's like, why are you why are you posting that? That's just really uncomfy for everybody else. And also like, I don't think that if I was a person who like had to take it upon themselves to propose, I would definitely wait even longer now. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna be a fucking bitch about it, like
honestly, I wouldn't want to get engaged at Christmas. Are you joking? I worked all year. I worked all year to get normal presents. My engagement ring is not the present. Sorry about it.
Yeah, and also it's like there's already so much shit happening and so much stress and like everything. It's like to get engaged on top of that, no way.
No, honestly, I mean, and I can say this shit. My mom got engaged on Christmas, and my dad literally just said, "Well," didn't even ask her. He just said, "Well."
I feel like it's also like it doesn't take a lot of thought because you're like.
No. So my sister got engaged.
Such a magical day.
Right. So my sister got engaged on her birthday, which also a little bit cliche to do the whole birthday thing.
Yeah.
She still did get presents, but the thing was, so her husband is the worst secret keeper I have ever met in my life. So I told him, I was like, you have to do it around her birthday, because if he has to keep a secret, he gets really weird. Like he can't hold it in, especially when he gets a gift that he knows that she'll like.
I have a friend like that. She's like, do you want to know what I got you? And I was like, if you want to tell me. She's like, well, it's a surprise. I'm like, okay, then don't tell me. She's like, but I'm gonna tell you. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not a surprise anymore.
I know. So that's exactly how he is. So I was like, all right, we have to do it around her birthday, because she won't question why you're being weird. Because
she'll be like, oh, it's a gift I'm getting, or something.
Because that's
I guess something like that makes sense.
That's how he is. So I was like, based off your character, we have to do it then. So and also they knew that they were going to go to a place to go do this thing. So also to her, she knew that there was a time and a date that she had to be ready. She threw a fucking hissy fit in the airport when we were coming home from Arizona, because she had to be ready at 6 a.m. and she said, it's gonna be fucking cold. I don't want to go. He's ridiculous. I have a field hockey game that day. I can't miss it. Da-da-da. I said, bitch, shut the fuck up. I said, if I'm involved in it, you know it's good. And she said, yeah, you're right. And that's how she went. Literally, she was crying. She thought she was going horseback riding. She brought her on gloves and everything, because she thought this bitch was going horseback riding. She went on a hot air balloon and got engaged. But like, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's better than Christmas. No offense if you got engaged on Christmas.
So cheesy.
I know.
It's just so cheesy to me.
And no offense if you got engaged on the holidays. I just think it's like cliche. Like, I don't know.
And it's kind of like the easy way out, because it's like
says the girl who's not even close to being engaged.
Nah, I feel like we're the best people to hate on it. Then you know what I mean? You know,
because we're nowhere in sight. We can't like ruin our boyfriend's plans.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Okay, the last Christmas thing I want to say, and then we can wrap it. But have you seen all the videos on like TikTok and Instagram of like people recording their kids' reactions to gifts that they open? What's your opinion on that?
So I didn't see. I know what you're talking about, because I've seen it in previous years as well. This year I didn't see it as far as a kid goes. This year I saw it where a girl was giving her boyfriend that she's been dating for 4 months a vacation to Colorado, and she videoed that. And I find that it's just disingenuous. I think it's weird to post it.
I think it's like, and also it's like puts so much pressure on the person receiving the gift, because like for me, I'm not a performative gift receiver. I'm never gonna cry about a present that you get me. I'm never gonna scream and jump up and down. And it's not that I don't love it, it's just like that's not my reaction to getting a gift. Like I'm like, oh, thank you, thanks, I love this.
Yeah, okay, that was cool.
On to the next one. Right. Like, that's just like how I am. And I keep seeing all these videos of parents posting their kids on like TikTok of them like getting a gift, and like the comments are just like, oh, they're so ungrateful and blah blah blah. And one of them was like, this mom,
because they're a child, bro. Like,
but also like all of these videos just tell me like you don't really know shit about your kid. Like this mom got her daughter like tickets to Taylor Swift, and the kid opened it and was like, oh, Taylor Swift, I don't really listen to any of her music. And like the mom was like, what? Like da da da. And all the people in the comments were like, just because you like Taylor Swift doesn't mean your kid wants to go see it. Like,
but
you know
like,
what I mean?
okay. My thing is, how as a parent do you not know that your daughter doesn't like Taylor Swift when you just spent 6 hours plus in a queue to get these tickets and probably spent like a grand?
Because you wanted to watch Taylor Swift and you needed an excuse to get the ticket, and your husband probably was like, you don't need to go see Taylor Swift. So you're like, well, if I gift it to blah, blah, blah as a Christmas present. And I saw the same thing. This dad got his kid like a PS5 or some shit, and the dad was like, I spent so much money on this only for my kid to play with it for 10 minutes and then get bored. And I was like, if you wanted a PS5, just say that.
Say
like,
it.
just
but
buy
also,
it for yourself.
like,
your 10-year-old doesn't care about a PS5.
Right, unless your 10-year-old asked for the PS5 and then was ungrateful, that's different. But if you also did it for yourself, I feel like it's also hard though as a parent to like get your kid something that's like different than they've asked for and like thinking that they're gonna like it, because I feel like every parent does that, right?
Yeah.
Like, they still buy them gifts and they're still trying to like make it fun and different. So you kind of can feel from in that
it.
Yeah, I think
Just
it's like
record it.
I know the recording thing is a little awkward, because I will say when we were younger, my parents, like, you know, with their like full on like video cameras, they used to videotape all of Christmas, the entire thing, like the whole thing was videotaped, but like it wasn't for like a performative.
But it wasn't posted on the internet.
No, and it wasn't. Well, the internet wasn't a thing really, but it wasn't even for like a performative like reaction. It was more just
it was like we want to keep a home tape of this memory. Yeah,
right. It was a home tape, and now even so, like. Even to my mom, like my mom was definitely the first one who's going to grab her camera or grab her phone to take a picture and stuff for Christmas or anything, because that's what moms do. And sometimes we're like, just relax. Like we don't need all that. We can take a group picture at the end.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like whatever. Even at my sister's wedding, like my sister, like I had to go tell my mom, I was like, put your phone away. You're about to piss Curran off. Like,
right.
Gotta put it away, because it's like, just enjoy the moment that you're in. Like that to me is gonna be more a genuine, and like you're gonna remember that than like the video, and then you're gonna look back and be like, that little fucking shit. Like that's weird.
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it was so strange. Like I've seen so many videos on TikTok of parents like recording their kids opening their presents on Christmas and like posting it, because I agree. It's like I have old videos like on VHS or whatever of us opening gifts, but like that's just for us. Like it's just like
it's like
our
a
own
home
memories.
video.
But then to like post it on the internet and then like open up this weird discourse conversation that like other people now have about your child and their reaction to the present they received, it's just so weird. And I also saw this video. This was the meanest thing I think I've ever seen. This is just, it's the same vibe as like when those parents are like, hey, I ate all your Halloween candy.
Oh, when the Grinch comes in and steals the presents.
No, this parents had two girls. They were probably like 5 and 7, and they wrapped all the gifts under the tree, but all of the gifts were just charcoal on the inside. And they were like, because you've been bad all year and Santa's been watching and like all of this stuff, and they didn't get one single gift, but every single present, like there were numerous boxes that they had to open. All of them had coal in them.
Okay. The joke is funny for one gift. The joke is funny for the first gift the kid opened. Right? But it's not funny after gift 2.
The girls were crying, and then they were like, we don't want to open anymore. And they were like, just keep opening them. And like then to post that, like you're literally like posting that on and then all the comments were gassing the parents up, like, finally parents with some backbone. I'm like, you have now traumatized these kids for the rest of their lives. They're gonna like, hate the holidays. They're gonna hate Christmas.
It's funny. So actually, when we were younger, one year they used to sell like coal shaped candy that turned into gum when you ate it.
It was bubble gum. Yeah.
Yes, but so one year my parents, they in our stockings put the coal gum. And that's all that was in there. We still had stockings. Like my mom still fully had stockings prepared and everything. But it was like a haha joke. Like, oh, you got nothing. Hee hee hee. And I think it was only to my sister, because she was the only one like old enough to like understand that like you get coal in your stocking if you're bad. I think I was too young for that. Again, going back to, this is a core memory that my parents talk about, not a core memory that I fully remember. So yeah, I don't remember this shit. It's just the core memory that was filmed. And so like that is like funny, but like she still had a full Christmas. She still got stockings, but it was like a joke, like a ha
Yeah.
ha.
This was like so
No,
mean.
that's sad.
And I'm watching it and it was so sad because also these girls are like they're in school. So like when they go back to school and everybody's talking like, what'd you get from Santa? What'd you get for Christmas? They're going to be like, coal. I literally
I actually got coal.
And then
Dad
the
needed to
parents were
heat
like
the house
yelling
this
at
year.
them for like getting it on the floor. And I'm like, what did you expect? You wrapped fucking charcoal. Like,
I hate people. That's so sad.
It was the meanest thing I've seen on the whole internet
That is
in like a long
so
time.
sad.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God,
I just thought I'd share that because like that is like it's so much worse than the Grinch thing. It's so much worse than the eating the candy. I was like these poor girls. And now I feel like they're going to be our age or like older when they have kids and they're going to be overbuying gifts on Christmas. Like they're going to spend way too much money because of this one time that they got fucking coal and their parents put it on the internet and it got 1 million views or whatever.
Yeah, no,
like they're
going to
be like people who like yeah, exactly. Who like spend
and
like
also,
thousands
like,
of dollars.
I know that it shouldn't have like an estranged relationship with your parents because of them doing this at Christmas, but I'm assuming that this is like going to be a theme throughout their life. Like I'm not saying that for real, but like I just feel like it's going to be like a theme of like some sort of like weird traumas that happen that the parents think are funny but like aren't actually. So it's not just like this one time with Cole. Like imagine what happens when they don't film it as like a joke for Christmas.
Right.
That's how I see it. So I just feel like you're gonna have like an estranged relationship with your kids, and not just because of the coal and Christmas, but it might start there.
Right, exactly. But yeah, don't be a shithead. Just give your kids presents. Maybe say Santa brought you coal because you were bad, but mom and dad still got you gifts. Like, yeah. I don't know, something like that. Like, but like, damn, that was brutal. I was like, fuck, God. I don't want kids, but like, I would never do that if I had them.
Oh God. No. Yeah, I don't know. But I would honestly, if I was a mom though, like I would make sure that they had the best Christmas that I could possibly give them. Like 100%. Right. No fucking way that I wouldn't. But anyway, I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas with your families. I hope you're kind of getting back into the swing of things, getting back to a little bit normal. See, I will have only just had my Christmas when you listen to this, so yeah, that's weird and fun.
Merry Christmas to you.
Hey, thanks. And Emily's present is sitting right here, and my cat ate the corners of the wrapping paper off of it. So
love that.
He wanted to decorate a little bit. The gifts themselves are fine, but he just wanted to jazz it up a little bit. Instead of a bow, he gave us bite marks. But anyway, I hope you guys had an amazing holiday season. We can't wait to get back into the swing of things with you guys and get back to normal type of episodes.
In 2023.
Start the new year off with
episode
you
of
guys.
2022. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Society 97. I'm Kellen Redk. You can find me at Kellen Redk on Instagram.
And I'm Emily. You can find me on Instagram at Starnzy. And on TikTok and on YouTube, all the same username. You can also follow the podcast on Instagram as well. We're at society97.pod on the gram. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok. We're at society97pod on TikTok, where we post videos every single day.
And we also have a YouTube channel, Society 97, where we do a vlog or the guide. Where we do a vlog or the guide episode every single Tuesday, and the video version of the podcast every single Friday. And also this past week's guide episode is about changing your aesthetic, which going into the new year might be a fun thing to check out. So definitely take a look at that. But we will talk to you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.